know, there's a certain kind of loneliness that hits deeper than silence. A loneliness that comes from not knowing where you stand with someone you care about. You sit there wondering, does she want me? Does she think of me the same way I think of her? Am I imagining everything? And the worst part, you've been trained your whole life to hide your desire, to pretend you don't care, to act blind even when your heart is screaming. But here's the painful truth. Most people don't feel unloved because they were never loved. They feel unloved because the signs they needed were too subtle to understand, too quiet to trust, too fragile to believe. And deep inside, whether you admit it or not, you're terrified of getting it wrong, of misreading her, of embarrassing yourself, of losing her before you even have her. But psychology, real, observable human behavior, doesn't lie. Because desire does something to a person. It changes how they look, how they move, how they respond. And today, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the 2 psychological signs a woman shows when she is attracted, aroused, emotionally open. 2 signs that are subtle, instinctive, and almost impossible for her to fake. But before we get there, you need to understand why these signs matter. Think about this. You're sitting next to her. Your shoulders almost touch. She laughs at something you said, and for a moment, you swear her eyes sparkle with something more than humor. But the moment passes, and you're left questioning everything. Or maybe it's when she hugs you, and you feel her linger for a second longer than usual, her breath warm on your neck, your heartbeat suddenly louder in your own ears. Or maybe it's the way she texts you, not the words, but the energy behind them. Some days she's warm, playful, almost too engaged. And other days she goes silent, distant, confusing. And you wonder, was she into me? Or was I just dreaming? Or maybe the pain runs deeper. Maybe you've loved someone silently for years. Maybe you've watched her build walls you never knew how to climb. Maybe she wanted you once, but you didn't notice the signs. And she walked away thinking you didn't want her back. That kind of regret breaks a person. It sits in the chest like a stone. It whispers at night, you should have known, you should have acted. But here's the thing. You can't blame yourself for what you were never taught to see. Most people don't grow up learning how attraction actually works. They learn myths, movies, fairy tales, games. But psychology gives you truth. And today, I'm here to give you that truth. Because all those moments you replay in your mind, all those what-ifs, all those mixed signals, all those doubts and fears, they often come down to 2 simple biological, psychological reactions. So today, I'll walk you through the 2 undeniable signs a woman shows when she feels desire, and more importantly, what these signs mean about her emotions, her comfort, and her connection with you. And as always, I won't just tell you what happens. I'll tell you why it happens and what you should do with that knowledge. With respect, emotional intelligence, and self-worth. Are you ready? Let's begin. Picture this. You're talking to her. Nothing special, just a casual moment. And suddenly, you notice something in her eyes. They look darker, deeper, almost pulling you in without either of you saying a word. She looks at you, then looks away quickly. But in those seconds, her pupils are wide, round, open. This isn't romance movie fantasy. It's biology. When someone is attracted or emotionally aroused, the brain releases dopamine. Dopamine doesn't just change the mind. It changes the body. It makes the pupils dilate automatically. This is not something she can control, not something she can hide, not something she can fake. It's pure instinct. A survival-level response from the limbic system. Psychologists call it the ocular micro-expression of attraction. And what does it mean? It means she feels something. Something she may not be ready to say out loud. something she may not even consciously understand. If you notice her pupils dilating when she looks at you, especially in a calm, neutral environment, then understand this. She feels drawn to you. She feels emotionally open. She feels safe enough to let her guard down. But here's the key. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't objectify the moment. Don't assume it's only sexual. Pupil dilation happens with emotional arousal too. Attraction, admiration, infatuation, nervous excitement. Treat it with respect. Treat her with respect. The right move isn't to act aggressively. The right move is to be present, calm, grounded. Because attraction isn't a game, it's a moment of human vulnerability. Now imagine this. You're sitting with her and your hands brush by accident. A normal woman, one who feels nothing, will either pull away or stay neutral. But a woman who feels desire, she reacts. Her breath shifts, her posture softens. She becomes more aware of her own body. She might lean a little closer, laugh a little softer, or allow the touch to stay longer than necessary. Sometimes she becomes more sensitive, like her nerves are suddenly awake. Other times she becomes more bold, like something inside her finally wants to take a step forward. Touch is one of the strongest indicators of emotional and physical attraction. When a woman is aroused or emotionally invested, the body becomes hypersensitive. Psychologists call this tactile receptivity. It's the body's way of saying, I feel safe with you, I'm open to you, I trust you. Her nervous system becomes more reactive. Her skin becomes more responsive. Comfort turns into connection. Connection turns into chemistry. Again, she cannot fake this. She cannot turn it on deliberately. It is instinct. But here's where emotional maturity matters. Her increased responsiveness to touch is not permission. It's not a pass. It's not a guarantee. It is simply a sign of comfort, of emotional openness, of trust. And the correct response is to move with care, patience, and awareness. You don't take advantage of the moment. You respect it. You match her energy. You let her lead the pace. Because real connection isn't about rushing. It's about respecting the space where her heart feels safe. Now listen to me. Because this part matters more than everything else we've said. These signs, dilated pupils and increased responsiveness to touch, aren't just about sex. They aren't just about attraction. They're about being seen, being valued, being felt. You are not someone who needs to chase validation. You are not someone who needs to beg for attention. You are not someone who must stay confused, anxious, or insecure. You deserve clarity. You deserve emotional reciprocity. You deserve someone whose nervous system lights up in your presence, not someone who makes you question your worth. Remember this, a woman who wants you will never make you feel unwanted. Her body reveals what her words sometimes cannot. Her energy speaks before her mouth ever does. And your job is not to force attraction. Your job is to recognize mutual connection and walk away from anything less. Because your time, your heart, your presence are valuable. Stop doubting yourself. Stop shrinking your feelings. Stop playing small just to avoid rejection. You were not born to be invisible. You were born to be seen. So let's summarize the 2 psychological signs. Dilated pupils. Her eyes widen naturally when she looks at you. A biological response to attraction and emotional arousal. Increased responsiveness to touch. She becomes more sensitive, more open, more reactive to small forms of physical contact. A sign of trust and emotional connection. These 2 signs are not about lust alone. They are about vulnerability, openness, and connection. So hear this, and let it sink deep into your soul. If someone's eyes widen for you, if their body softens for you, if their energy leans toward you, don't question your worth. Question why you ever doubted it. Because the right person won't hide their desire, won't confuse your heart, won't make you wonder. They will meet you, see you, feel you, choose you. And your story, your real love story, begins the moment you stop fearing the signs and start embracing the truth. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue bringing you content that heals, empowers, and transforms. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay aware, stay connected to your worth.